Hi everyone, Harris here with iDownload Blog. The iPad Pro, you already know it's an incredible device, and it's a device that I wouldn't use often without a case on it, and I wouldn't use much without a keyboard case on it, because a keyboard really makes it and allows it to replace my laptop about 80% of the time I need to do any type of computing. The iPad Pro can get it done. And I've covered a lot of different keyboards on this channel, and they all vary in thickness and viewing angles and design, but they're pretty much the same. They just add a keyboard, a physical keyboard, to the iPad, some better than others. And a couple weeks ago we took a look at a keyboard, a detachable keyboard that actually added a USB-C dock onto the iPad that actually added functionality. That was awesome. It added a headphone jack, it added HDMI, USB-C, and things such as that. And it was really, really cool. But the one thing, there were two things actually that I said it was missing was SD and micro SD, but also a trackpad, because the iPad now supports trackpad and cursor support via the kind of backdoor accessibility settings. That would have made the case amazing. Well, no worries, doqo, doqo, has a solution. It's an iPad case that basically turns it into a MacBook Air, from the tapered edges to the I/O to the design and the aluminum. It's awesome. Let's go ahead and check this out. So just like the previous keyboard I looked at, you actually physically connect this to the case via USB Type-C, and it is a nice sturdy cable that attaches to the iPad, so hopefully it won't have any issues of connectivity over a long period of use in terms of years and stuff like that, but you don't have to worry about Bluetooth or any smart connectors, so I guess that's one plus. But every time you take it in and out of the iPad, you do have to connect, and it's pretty easy to install. I did find it a little bit harder to take out of the dock, although I've seen other people say the opposite, so that might just be kind of an early hardware issue with this. But for mine, I had to poke it out from the camera hole on the back, which made me just a little bit nervous because of the bending potential of the iPad. I didn't like having to poke it out on one side, but I think for limited usage and for not taking it out too often, it won't be a big deal. And actually thinking about this more, I am kind of nervous about the whole removal process. I don't like having to kind of bend the iPad as much as I do. Hopefully they tune that up and fix it for the final release. Now, obviously this case destroys the iPad's thickness and portability and just slim, streamlined design in general. Really, only Apple's case keeps that. Only Apple's case maintains how slim the iPad is. Every other case is going to add a lot of bulk and a lot of weight, whether it's Zags or whether it's Logitech's or Bridge's. Any other keyboard case that you get for the iPad is going to add a lot of bulk. This does the same thing, and probably a little bit more so. So in this instance, it does add bezels around the side, and I have the 12.9-inch iPad for this version of the case. The iPad Pro 11 version, I think, is the same size keyboard case, but with just massive bezels, and that looks ridiculous. I think this is much more of an iPad Pro 12.9 accessory, unless they change that and make the iPad Pro 11 version look less ridiculous. But it is what it is, and it obviously looks like a MacBook Air. I mean, it really does. You have the trackpad on the bottom, you have the black keyboard up top, you have the input and output on the sides of it, you have the tapered edge, all of it, the silver aluminum. It looks really, really cool, and I think it's such a, I mean, I texted to my dad and he wasn't initially sure whether it was an iPad or a Mac, because that's how convincing it is. So the keyboard itself is excellent. It's pretty brittle, and I like brittle keys, and it's got good key travel, and it's very comfortable, and I haven't had really any issues with it. It's got a few different levels of backlighting on it, so that is a nice touch, and of course it has the function row up top, which is something that Apple's case doesn't, because Apple just, they don't play by other people's games. But this does have function, and it does have backlighting, and it's a really, really solid keyboard. Now the input and output is pretty good. So on the side you've got USB Type-C and HDMI and USB Type-C with power delivery for charging and higher output. Then on the other side you have two USB normal, USB-A. Then you have a full-size SD card, and then you've got a smaller micro SD card slot. Now it doesn't have a headphone jack, that's the one thing it's missing, but it's got everything else. So you can plug in your hard drive to the USB port or a USB Type-C accessory or a monitor via HDMI, or of course your SD or micro SD card slot. You can charge a device off of this. You can do whatever you really want, and of course it will still recognize whatever you plug in as a drive in the Files app, because this basically is just a USB Type-C hub that you're connecting to your iPad, and it's just channeled through this case, and that's awesome. Now, of course, what you're really wondering about with this case is the trackpad. And you can see the trackpad looks really cool. Now, this is not an Apple trackpad. In fact, it's even worse than any like Windows trackpad. If you press it up top, I pretty much feel like I'm going to break it, right? It's not a Force Touch or 3D Touch trackpad. It is a large surface, but you pretty much have to tap on the bottom. There are some multi-touch gestures that it recognizes, like a 3-finger tap to lock it and go into multitasking, things like that. Now, of course, to use this with your iPad, you do have to go into the accessibility settings and turn on Assistive Touch, and it will allow you to have the cursor. And of course, it's pretty simple. You move the cursor around and you can click on things, and you still have to make do with Apple's really weird giant circular cursor, but it works and it's really cool, and it's basically takes away the need to carry around a Bluetooth mouse, which I often do carry around a Bluetooth mouse with my Mac. This is really nice. It's still a little bit clunky because it does use the weird cursor and because it's just not the greatest trackpad in the world, but just theoretically speaking, it's amazing, and practically speaking, it's really cool. Now, this trackpad definitely feels like a trackpad from like 7-8 years ago on a Windows computer. It's not the best trackpad. It's cool without a doubt, and it does work, just not super well. Now, what this unit doesn't have, but what future generations should have, like final production of this case should have, is an actually 4,000 milliamp hour battery inside of this, so you'll be able to power your iPad and accessories for even longer with a built-in battery. So it really will turn it into like a Surface style dock, as well as just a general hub of awesomeness. So this thing isn't perfect, and you're taking away a lot of the slimness of an iPad. I'm not sure exactly what this use case scenario is, because honestly you're getting into the price point and the size of a Mac when you're putting this on your iPad, especially the iPad 12.9. But what's awesome about this is that you can always pop out the iPad and just use it as that incredible tablet that it is. You get some of the perks of the iPad apps and a touchscreen, right? This is basically, in some ways, a Mac with a touchscreen. Not exactly, it's just an analogy, but it's also not terribly far off from that. It's just, in general, a super cool product. Probably the coolest product I've seen for the iPad, because it really does feel like a MacBook Air, and that's really cool. Again, the iPad Pro 11 version is a little bit wonky, and even this isn't perfect, but again, you can go from iPad to basically MacBook in just a couple seconds. So anyway, this is on Kickstarter. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's cool. I don't know that I would use this in day-to-day life, because I do like my iPad Pro 11 more than the 12.9, but you might love it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.